Ready as I'll ever be. Welcome, everybody, back to the Herbalist Podcast. I'm back today with Rob. It's just me and Rob today.
Hi. Dean's busy.
Yes, he is a very busy man. I'm sorry, I had to. That was funny. But, yeah, so it is our post 420 episode today.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Quite a ways after 420, actually.
Well, I mean, not really. 420 was on Sunday. Today's Thursday. It's only 4 days later. You know?
It's still almost a week.
It's enough time to recover, get sober a little bit. Not really. Oh, shit.
I guess. Well, I left that go because I wasn't sure if you wanted another one.
I didn't realize.
I said something when I set it down.
I didn't hear you.
Oh, fair.
We left the butane tank going, people.
Yeah.
That's not always a good idea.
No, that's no bueno.
Anyway.
Shenanigans.
So, I'm back, like I said, back with Rob. I'm back in town. I've been out of town basically all weekend. Oh, there it is.
Found it.
No, that's not the one I was like. Oh, I put it on. So the caps are interchangeable on these dab things. Didn't realize
Put the wrong
that.
cap on the wrong thing.
Did.
Bravo.
Was looking all over for the cap. Couldn't find it. Anyway, so yeah, had a fun weekend. I hope y'all had a fun, happy 420. You know, or Easter, whatever you celebrate. I'm hoping you celebrate 420 if you're listening to this shit. I'm just saying.
That was a quiet one for me and Goofus. We just kind of hung out, made a big-ass dinner.
There you go. Nothing too special.
No, not terribly. Technically it was a holiday dinner, but I kind of just cooked like that on a regular anyway, so it wasn't... I guess you could say it really wasn't special.
It wasn't special, but it was special.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I ended up doing homemade mashed potatoes, which I finally got right. Yeah, folks. I'm a halfway decent cook. I've been doing it for 20 years, but mashed potatoes took me a while. Yeah. Did that. Chicken cacciatore. Yeah, that's why the fucking... Yeah, the look he's giving me right now. I can pull off chicken cacciatore, but it took me forever to do fucking mashed potatoes. Don't ask. And garlic butter rice. That was our Easter dinner. Yeah, I know.
Hold on, that's the wrong one.
Oh, boy. I'm scared.
Wow, why is it counting down from 10? I don't know.
Because you have it set on a timer. Yeah, you had it set as a timer.
No, I know, but that's you can't make mashed potatoes look.
Yeah, that's about right.
You can't make mashed potatoes look.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to splice that in there.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we're going to need to put that one in as a promo. Like you don't know how to make motherfucking mashed potatoes.
Oh, I didn't. Well, I mean, I did. I just didn't do it right. That was the problem.
I gave you the straight side eye on that one.
I mean, to be fair, the stove I had before I moved in here was absolute garbage. So getting that done properly was a Herculean task.
Yeah, you got to boil water to make homemade mashed potatoes, and I don't think you could boil water, could you?
Not to a thorough boil.
Yeah, it needs to be a rolling boil.
Yep.
You need to peel those motherfuckers and roll and boil it.
Peel them, quarter
like 45 minutes, bro.
Not even. I didn't even have to cook them that long.
Really?
Yeah, no. I got that 12-quart stock pot. I filled it up at least an inch over to the point that they'd be fully submerged. Got that to a boil. Threw them in there with some salt. And they were done in 10, 15 minutes.
Were they like really, really soft or were they kind of still hard?
No, they were... I gave them the fork test. Not a single fucking one of them would even come to the surface. They were nice and soft. Combination of that, of my hand masher and my little mixer got them nice, creamy, smooth. They actually came out really good.
Nice.
Quite happy with that. Yeah, I couldn't make mashed potatoes right, but that was just because of equipment, really, because mashed potatoes are fucking the easiest thing on the planet to make.
Yeah.
You got some potatoes and hot water and something to beat them with. Yes, then you can make mashed potatoes. Rice is another one of those easy ones too. But there's one thing we as Americans miss, and something I learned from Asian cooks. Even the American store-bought rice, you wash it before you cook it.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
It gets rid of all this excess starch on it. There's extra starch put on it for packaging as a preservative. Even like Asian rice, when they get it straight from the factories over there, they have to do it. That's why I have a lot of those metal sieves. Take the amount of rice you're going to use and then just keep running it under water until the water that comes off the rice runs clear. And then you can add it in. And it actually does taste, and texture and taste are a lot better that way. So, moral of the story,
what
if
about
you're a cook,
instant rice? Probably the same, huh?
No, not instant. It's got to be like just regular rice, not the boxed instant rice. Like even the Walmart brand, just regular rice, which is honestly the shit that I use. Rinse it for a couple minutes till it's running clear, and it'll come out 10 times better than if you just straight threw it in right out of the bag.
No shit.
So, anyone listening that cooks, start washing your fucking rice.
Wash your ice. Anyway.
Another fun one to make actually is onigiri. It's a little bit tricky, but once you get it down, it's not all that time consuming either. Those are the sweet Japanese rice balls. Essentially sushi. I love making those.
Not a big fan of sushi.
I am. I like sushi. And the rice balls make really good fucking lunches. I gotta make another batch of those here soon.
Yeah. We're gonna try out some of this Sunday driver. I got it from work.
Ooh.
Yeah. One of my bosses took pity on me.
Oh, jeez.
We smoked it last night.
Oh, okay. That stuff tasted really good.
Yeah.
Really fucking fruity.
Look at it. I mean, I already broke it up, but look at it in the daylight. That shit, it's got a nice color of fucking green.
Hold on, I'm gonna be that old man. I gotta put my glasses back on.
Yeah. It's worth a look. I might still have a nugget.
And I only take my glasses off when we do this because I don't know how you can wear the headphones with your fucking glasses on. It drives me nuts. Ooh, that is pretty.
Yeah. Really, really, really good nugget.
I love the smell of it.
Sunday driver. I highly recommend going and picking up some Sunday driver. Rec Root Sunday driver. 'Tis the best. Oh,
it's quite good.
Oh, we got 4 new test results back.
Ooh.
The lowest ones ranked.
Is it yours?
No.
Oh.
No, the clinic still hasn't called me.
Oh.
No. Hopefully my tests come back negative. That's a different story. Anyway, moving on. So, lowest one came in at 22%. Highest one came in at 32%.
Holy shit balls.
Yeah. Yeah.
God damn. That one I want to try.
Glitter Bomb is what it's called.
Glitter Bomb. Oh, God. Please tell me it's sparkly as shit.
It's beautiful. So every last one
I'm
of these,
only asking if it's sparkly because it's called Glitter Bomb. Does it at least live up to the name?
It's 32% THC.
That doesn't mean it's glittery. You know that as well as I do.
I don't know if it's sparkly. I mean, it kind of. I mean, catch it in the right light, the trichomes are going to shine.
Well, I mean, all buds do that.
Right.
I figured that one would be extra sparkly. It's called Glitter Bomb.
Well, you know. But yeah, that shit tested at 32 fucking percent. All of it looks like top shelf buds that we used to have at the sticker store. All of it.
That is beyond the top shelves we used to have.
Oh, yeah.
32? We were lucky if we got, 25 at most?
Probably. Jerry's usually averages about 25.
Yeah, and that stuff.
That was like the best of what we used to get. Like, well, I mean, occasionally we'd get something better, but
that was few and far between. That was really hard to do.
Right. That's
That
what I'm
was like
saying.
one of those once in a great whiles. Oh, hey, I happen to have this. It's a little bit more, but I mean, it
That's
was
what I'm
usually
saying.
worth it.
A lot of people around town, they're like, oh, I need that really strong weed. Why? You've never smoked really strong weed.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you might have had some 20, 22%, but that 30%, you've never had that.
You're not
I'm
getting
pretty
off
much
the
guarantee
couch
it.
if you had that.
Right. Like, dude, I only got to hit the glitter bomb like twice and on a joint.
Like, honestly,
want
to
it.
be fair, I'm between the two of us, I'm not as big of a stoner as you are. Like, I'll smoke a couple times throughout the day and be good for the whole thing. But even I've smoked with people like that. They don't even make it through part of one of my smokes for the day.
Yo, I'm smoking with 3 of my bosses yesterday, right?
How many of them tapped out?
2. So, well, I mean, all 3, but the last one
Well, I was
tapped
gonna
out when I got like this.
Yeah, I was
small.
gonna say that
He
one
doesn't-
boss you have though lights up joint after joint after joint.
He
So
wasn't smoking with us.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say he'd be the one that could keep up with you.
Yeah, but I think the one boss tapped out strictly because he was getting small and he doesn't like to hit them when they're small. It wasn't too small; it was like that long. But
Oh, okay.
I've noticed anything that gets that long, he won't hit no more. He'll give it to somebody.
That's weird.
Yeah, I've
Like
noticed.
I
it.
understand when it gets to a certain point because it does start getting kind of bitey and whatnot, but
Right.
that's still
I think he doesn't like the resin. Gets
that's the
all
best
over
part.
him. I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know that's the best part though.
I know. But anyway,
Like I don't know how many times I've rolled one and then like halfway through it I realize there's resin falling out the back and I'm like, this shit's good, and I'm usually fucking toasted afterwards,
Yeah, but so
which is awesome.
we're smoking along, right? And the one boss says, what are we smoking on? And I'm like, that GG4. And he was like, damn, this is some good shit. And the other boss goes, this GG4 be getting me too high. And fucker, they're all smoking along. And I'm like, that's my daily smoke, guys. Like,
Yeah, that's
what
my
I
preferred stuff.
That's what I smoke like all day long. Like not just in the morning or at night. No, I'm talking like, you know, wake up, smoke, 11 a.m., smoke, 1 p.m., smoke, 3 p.m., smoke, 4 p.m., especially if I got to go to work, smoke.
See, for me, depending on what I'm doing that day, 'cause I work nights. Generally, I'll run my drills first, and then I'll smoke. That way, I'm at least cohesive while I'm practicing and getting things tight. That's the thing. If I'm just like straight practicing, or if I'm recording, I'd rather have. Granted, I am more comfortable and laid back being stoned, but there is a performance lag there. So for those instances, I'd rather be sober. But after that, I'll smoke maybe one, then I'll go about writing or mixing for a while, get goofus, and smoke one before work, and then at the end of the night.
Yeah, I smoke way more than that.
Yeah, I don't need that much. Well,
Yeah.
you also got to remember, like, I just smoke to myself, pretty much. Once I got a night, that and you've seen my thought process when I'm here just kind of doing things. It's like a fucking squirrel. Like I'll hit it a couple
Yeah.
times, put it down, and then 20 minutes later, after I'm done with whatever tangent my brain took me on there for a little bit, I'll come back to it like, oh, fuck, I forgot I got this thing. I
Yeah.
got a bit of the ADD.
The weed's supposed to help with that.
Oh, it does. That's why I hit those moments of hyperfocus and get a lot of shit done. It's just I tend to forget I was smoking one and then come back to it after the fact.
Yeah.
It helps, but it doesn't. But I get my stitches out today. But by the time you guys hear this, I'll have already had them out, which is great because one of my old colleagues came out of the woodwork. Remember that song I did years ago called Run?
Yeah.
She finally reemerged. I don't know what happened or anything. She just literally fell off the face of the earth one day. And a couple weeks ago, I noticed she came back and she's starting to do music again. And I just kind of left a comment, hey, I'm glad to see her back after you disappeared and whatnot. Shortly afterwards, she's like, yeah, I didn't really give me much of an explanation, which is fine. But she's like, yeah, we'll have to collab sometime now that I'm back doing this. And she sent me her number, and she's just waiting for me to get these things out of my fucking hand.
Nice. That's good shit.
It'll be kind of fun, too, because she does more of the singer-songwriter, kind of folky, blues-grassy kind of stuff. So I can finally start dusting off those kind of skills and put that mandolin to some work.
Nice.
So does that mean I can class myself just as a musician since I make more than heavy metal?
I guess so. Ooh, excuse me. That's a deep one. But, give me 1 second, people. I'm having trouble with this joint.
I got to squirrel in some time to do. So you mentioned deep ones, and I thought of Lovecraft, and I got to squirrel out some time to try and throw together another creator on Dun Track. I've been kind of itching to do another one of those. Those ones are just kind of fun.
Well, you'd have to get Mike on the board for that too, wouldn't you?
Kind of. So the last track we did together, what was it? Alien Sadist. Yeah, because you were there that morning. I started writing it. I was listening to the Black Dahlia murder, and I sat down and just like verbatim wrote down this like the structure of the song, and used that to write to. And it was right around the time he had wanted to do another one anyway. So honestly, what I could do on my end is just throw an instrumental together, start to finish, be like, hey, do you like this for a track? If you do, just throw some lyrics and vocals on it. And there we go.
I mean, that could be cool.
So, as a little sneak peek, the next single I have coming out is the one that features you on the voiceover.
Okay.
As I've stated, I'm not putting too much extra effort into some of the quirks and the hiccups. A lot of it's actually from the recording, so it's caked into the stems. But between even the last track I put out and the refinement I've done on this one, production value is going up. It's going up.
Nice.
This one's gonna sonically still sound a bit different than the last one, just because the last track was metalcore and this one's a bit more, I don't want to say black metal-y, but I definitely pulled some ideas from Cattle Decap on there, and they throw in a few black metal elements here and there. Cattle Decap are an interesting band.
Yeah.
Their vocalist, Travis Ryan. There are some songs he does that you've heard him. He's got the weird nasally kind of voice where it sounds like he's singing. He's not actually singing. Over the years of performing like live and whatnot, he found a way to still use his false chords that he uses for screaming, and then uses the harmonics from the microphone and the PAs and whatnot to make it sound like he's screaming in pitch. Which is really fucking weird. I've tried it a few times. It doesn't sound right. Like, I shit you not, that is, I swear, something only that man can do and make it sound good.
Okay.
I'm trying. Hold on. I need to pull up at least one of the songs, so if any of our viewers are even remotely interested in checking out what I'm talking about, it's like right there, and I just can't think of the fucking name of the song. Scourge of the Offspring. Like, that would be a good one to get your feet wet if you're not really into that kind of stuff. It's intense, but not really intense. But for all the choruses that pop up, he does that kind of technique, and it's unique. It really is.
Nice. So, Yeah, I wanted to talk about my 420 weekend with everybody. If that's cool, if you're still interested, y'all can fuck off. If you're not, just turn off your fucking computer.
Or your phone. Odds
Or
are.
your phone, yeah.
I was going to say, odds are.
It's most likely your phone.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm one of
I'm
the
sorry.
few weird people that'll still load up my computer or pull it up on the TV or something to listen to something like this.
No, I'm 33. Okay. A lot of people our age and even older than me, they're indoctrinated into the whole phone thing, right? Do you know I routinely tell people, like they'll tell me I don't know. Look that shit up. Oh, I don't know how. You have a fucking supercomputer in your pocket.
But I work with people younger than us, some of them just out of high school, that don't get that concept.
Everybody thinks
There are some generations that are used to finding information without having it readily available. And we are now seeing generations that don't really care for the information, even though they have it at a touch of a finger.
Yeah, that's pissed me off. Technology was supposed to make information more available.
No, it has. It's what we've done with technology. Like if we
Right.
go back to Hubert Farnsworth's quote, science is neither intrinsically good or evil. It's how it's used.
Yeah. Very
So
true.
really put in the wrong hands, it's killed our attention spans.
Not just the attention spans, but our willingness to actively learn information.
Well,
How many-
that part of the whole debate is like multifaceted. There's a lot of factors that go into that.
But what I'm saying is, think about it. People used to do, like, regular people used to research stuff and they'd have to go and find this information. And now we no longer have to go and find this information. We can literally pull out our phones and find almost all information.
That's kind of where I have a win as a parent. Like, yes, I'm a nerd and I have answers to a lot of things, but there are questions Maria will ask I don't know the answer to. And it's gotten to the point now where she'll ask me a question and I'll be like, I honestly don't know, honey. And she'll 2 seconds later be like, oh, I'll go grab my phone. And she'll look it up. She'll look it up and pull up the answer right there.
You want to know something funny? I've noticed that a lot about kids. Kids will do that. It's somewhere between the being a kid and becoming an adult. They lose that fucking either willingness or ability to actually figure things out for themselves, to look for the information for themselves.
Well, that's where the other end of it comes in because it is so like instantly gratifying.
Right.
Once something becomes that easily accessible, you lose the ambition to go and find it.
Right. Kind of sucks.
But to an extent, even from like I can't remember if it's Nietzsche or Schopenhauer, but if you look at it from a psychological end, I kind of at the same time envy those kind of people because there is a drawback to knowing a lot of things about how the world works.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of truth to the saying ignorance is bliss.
Have you ever looked at the IQ scores matched with pharmaceutical, like antipsychotic kind of stuff,
No, but I can imagine the higher the IQ, the more likelihood that they're going to be prescribed things.
Yep, for anxiety, for depression, for psychosis.
Yep.
The dumber you are,
The
no lie.
happier you are because
Yes, the
you're
less likely you are to notice everything that's around you.
exactly, and even not on just a societal end with stuff that goes on society, but like metaphysically and in the grand scheme of things, like reality is not a happy place at all.
No, that's why we
So
smoke every day.
at the same time, I love the fact that my daughter's smart and she's willing to go out and like look for answers, but there is that part of me that's like, I wish you could just stay stupid, kid.
Right.
For your own happiness. Like, know enough to get through it and have a happy, productive life, but I really wish you'd stay kind of stupid. You're going to avoid a lot of problems.
Yeah. 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 The more you know, the less you want to know.
Yep, the duality of intelligence.
Oh, but anyway, back to what I was talking about.
Sorry, psychology and metaphysics aside.
Right. So, this 420 weekend, I was a couple of places, like all over the fucking state. So
You were in Rochester on Sunday. I know that much.
yep, I was in Rochester on Sunday. I was in Victor on Saturday. And I'm actually wearing the shirt right now from Thursday. I was in Potsdam. Anybody know where Potsdam is?
Kinda. I have an old friend. She went to college out there.
It's about like an hour and a half north of Watertown. Do you know where Watertown
Yeah, I
is?
played Watertown before, and that's like almost an hour away too.
No, Watertown's like 2.5 hours away.
Jesus Christ! That was a few years ago, bud.
Yeah,
God,
it was.
You were about 4 hours. You were basically up near Buffalo
Actually, it was like
distance.
4.5, almost 5 hours by the time we got to where we were going.
Jesus
But
Christ!
we did have to make a stop halfway through to drop off some weed, but that was only 15 minutes.
Oh,
So it was like a 4.5 hour drive.
still, that's nuts. I couldn't sit still that long. I don't travel well.
Yeah,
Kind
I
of one of the
was.
reasons why I'm glad I'm not playing out at the moment. I do not travel well.
Yeah, I was very, very, very bored sitting in that car. So
Honestly, if I were to do that stuff again and I could have the option to have a driver so I could at least smoke on the way, I'd probably be able to travel.
oh yeah, I was smoking on the way.
Like, yeah, then I'd probably be able to travel because I'd actually relax then, but I don't travel well. I do not.
But anyway, so yeah, so this is how my Thursday went. Last Thursday, I'm sure if anybody's a longtime listener,
That was a short episode.
you all know how last Thursday's episode went. So I get there,
Yeah.
didn't know I had to go.
Shenanigans.
Get there, find out I'm going to Potsdam, which is 4.5 hours north. We got to make a stop along the way, right? And then right before we leave, I find out they're dropping me off in Potsdam and driving another hour north to check out some new shit from some other people. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
So I think they were checking out a new dispensary, talking with a new dispensary up there or something. you know?
Okay.
Something. They had to go do business
I really
stuff.
like, sorry, it's not really changing the subject, but side thought, I really love the way the stuff tastes.
Oh, I know, right? It's that Sunday driver.
Yeah, it takes a lot for me to really like enjoy the taste of the bud itself, but that's really fruity. It actually
and it's
almost
fucking me up too.
that too. Honestly, it almost tastes like Fruity Pebbles. To be fair, that it's like that kind of fruity. All right, back to your story. Sorry, I had to chime in
So
with my input on the bud.
So I got dropped off. Okay? At like 5 o'clock.
They didn't drop you on your head, did they?
Almost.
Jesus.
So I get this is only the third pop-up I've ever done for these people, like ever. I don't barely an idea of what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But these were my kind of people.
So you just kind of went and did what you do anyway.
Yeah, well, we were way up north in the middle of nowhere. So, like, everybody that was behind the counter was, they were like us. You would have loved the place. They were all just stoner nerds.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody that came in, they were either, looked like they've been sleeping in the woods out back, or they were just straight nerds.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was like, way the fuck up north. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and there was the occasional cook from across the street from the plaza. Yeah, you could tell
coming
by
in
the
on their lunch
uniform.
break and whatnot, grabbing some and leaving.
Yep. You could tell by the fucking cook shirts they were wearing. Those old Denny's shirts. That's what all of them were wearing.
Oh, yeah.
The double button ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, cook uniforms come in a few different varieties, but once you've worked a restaurant for a little bit, you know a cook uniform when you see it.
I don't know where he worked, but I know he was a cook. A couple of them, actually.
Like, yeah, I tend to go random places and whatnot, and if I see someone head to toe all fucking black and they've got the right shoes on, I'm like,
You're a cook.
you're a cook.
Yep.
Even if the clothes are clean, I'm like, I know that outfit. You're
You
a
haven't
fucking
been
cook.
to work yet.
You're on your way in. You definitely did not come off shift looking like that.
If you did,
There's a problem.
yeah.
You should. I mean, to be fair, I'm one of those where I don't feel like I've actually done anything unless I've somehow gotten myself a mess. But even then, if you're even being careful, there is no way you walk out of a kitchen shift immaculate.
Yo, bro, can I? Little segue. My shoes have never been so clean before I worked at Red Robin.
What do you mean by clean? Oh yeah, the floors aren't that bad.
No. I always used to judge how hard somebody was working by how their shoes looked, how their shoes held up. You know, because you've got those people that come into work and they'll work there for a year and they're still on their first pair of shoes. Where I go buy a pair of shoes and I work my ass off and that shit will last like 4 months, 5 months. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Because I'm constantly moving.
That and you're like I am. You're notoriously rough on shoes too, for some odd reason.
Yeah, but I take my shoes off when I get in my car to leave and I put them on.
But also think about the other shoes you wear. You burn them out pretty quickly too.
Yeah, but I'm always on my feet.
Yeah, so am I.
But everybody at work's also always on their feet at that time. See what I'm saying? They're all supposed to be doing the same work. Why do my shoes wear out 3 times as quick as other people's? Oh, because they're literally not doing anything.
Well, then you probably have a heavier step than other people.
Because I'm walking quicker.
Well, not only that, but you're putting more pressure on the floor. Like, you ever notice that? Some people you can hear coming through the house, even if they're just like walking slowly and normally, you hear them all the way through the house. And yet someone else could be light enough on their feet, they could run through the house at a dead sprint and not make a sound. It's about footfall.
So, anyway, so I hung out up there. So, about 11:30 is like, oh, we're taking you up 5 hours north. Oh, okay. Oh, we're dropping you off and leaving for a while. Oh,
Okay.
okay. So you're driving me 5 hours. That my waveform for that so looks like a penis.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It really does.
Jesus Christ, bud. What the fuck?
It's funny as fuck.
I'm
Look at it.
nuts.
You can't unsee it.
No, I can't. I mean, that's the fuck thing. I do this all the time. That's a triangle wave, bud. A lot of them look like that. I'm gonna be randomly editing something from now, and I'm just gonna hear Frank's voice. Hey, that looks like a penis. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Anyway, so they're like, we're gonna drop you off 5 hours north. We're gonna leave, and we're not leaving you with anything valuable more than like a half ounce of weed. You know what I mean? So, you better hope we come back. And I had no idea where I was. Oh, and I had no money in my pocket either.
Oh, Jesus.
Right, because Friday's payday. So I went up there on Thursday. But anyway, no, I was like, oh, so you're taking me like 5 hours in a car and dropping me off. It might take me a couple days to get home if you don't come pick me up, you fucks. I'm just like, well, I better not piss these people off while we're driving. No, but I'm just fucking with you. It went good that day. There was a surprising amount of people for the location of that store. I mean,
Really?
the town itself was small, but like there was a lot of people that came in and out. There was like
okay.
a steady stream. It's not like they ever had a line or anything, but they also had like 4 bud tenders. So
Oh,
You know, they could help 4 different people at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That ain't shit. That ain't shit. Fucking Saturday we were in Victor and I can't
Brain fart.
remember the name. I am so sorry. Hang on, you're gonna have to pause this real quick. I gotta look that up. All right,
We are back, and he has the answer.
It was Flower City. I
Flower
apologize.
City.
I apologize. I was at a
That's
couple
all
of different
good.
places.
To be fair, everyone listening knows we're stoners.
Yeah.
We forget shit.
Yes.
Yes, we know a lot of shit. We forget even more shit.
That one was cool. But I didn't even go inside in that one. So that one was a whole like a vendor showcase. There was like 15 of us vendors up there. We were all outside.
Oh, sure.
So we were in the parking lot, and there was like kind of this U shape of us. You know what I mean? Customers could walk in, go to all the tables.
Oh, okay. I get what you mean. It's just like
Yeah, we were set up in a U.
Horseshoe.
Yeah. So fucking yeah, but that was cool. I got to meet a whole bunch of vendors, whole bunch of random people too. But yeah, got to check out the competition.
Cool.
I'm not worried. I'm just saying I'm not. Y'all know me. You know I like to smoke good weed. I ain't worried. Not worried about the competition.
I only compete against myself.
Yeah.
So that's the only person I got to beat at the end of the day.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Our jobs are perfectly safe.
Oh, yeah.
The weed will speak for itself. In case you haven't
Especially
read between
when
the
you got
lines.
some stuff swinging at 32. Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
I'm
In case you
still
haven't
baffled
read
by that.
between the lines, that means we have really good weed, and I'm not impressed with the other dispensaries.
What
Or
if
not
they can't
dispensaries,
read?
cultivations.
What if they can't read?
I spelled it out for them.
Oh, fair enough. I hope someone other than us appreciates the fact that we're making literary jokes on an audio format.
I know, right? I have been.
It's fun. Ooh, random side note, and this has nothing to do with weed. It's my fucking squirrel brain. I was fucking around on my piano yesterday because I've been refining keys and stuff for that. And I started playing around in A flat minor. I didn't realize how like bittersweet and pretty that key is. Like I found a way to voice one of the chord extensions, like, and no one's gonna understand any of this, but it's an extended A flat minor chord, basically with 2 added notes. And the way I stacked it has like all the really crunchy, unpleasant, dissonant notes stacked in a really crunchy and unpleasant way. And when you hear it in its full context, it's actually really beautiful.
Nice.
I love it. I nerded out over that for like an hour yesterday.
Hell yeah. Yeah, but the Flower City event was great. Several other vendors there, several people. I went with
Now, are these events just like, well, obviously they're statewide. That was a fucking stupid question. Because I forgot you can't do the interstate stuff
No.
because it's not legal like that yet.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but they're all over the state. We had several in New York City over the weekend. I wasn't down there. That was somebody else.
Now, how many vendors do these things usually draw? Because I've been kind of curious as to how many people are actually doing this.
So,
Like, I'm sure this New York City ones obviously pull more people than.
so
little
usually
ones.
pop-up is just like they schedule it with a vendor, maybe 1 or 2, and just you come in, talk about your products, and like, so if it's a big dispensary, they could potentially have a pop-up every day. It's just all their different salespeople.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? One per day would come in, you know what I'm saying? Talk about their products and whatnot to all their customers, show it off,
hmm.
that kind of thing. But typically, like, for example, when I got to the firehouse, Heirloom was there.
Oh, okay.
They were the only one. They were the only one all day, and they actually packed up and left about an hour after I got there.
Oh, no shit.
Yep.
Hmm.
I think it's because they knew they couldn't compete with my weed.
Oh, jeez.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Heirloom's got good.
Always the modest one.
Yeah. Heirloom's got good edibles. I can't lie. But you know, for now.
For now. Yeah.
Rutgers doesn't have an edible line yet.
Yet.
They will. Anyway,
we'll be making things again.
Yeah, that shit went out. I think I'm good on it.
Yeah,
anyway.
so that stuff's pretty damn good.
But yeah, it was, it's typically just 1, 2, maybe 3. Saturday it was like a whole showcase thing. There was like 15 of us in the parking lot, like I said. 15 different tables. So there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, most of them only had one person per table. Us and Heirloom had 2. Yeah. Yeah, Heirloom was also there on Saturday. And then Sunday, this is the one that I want to talk about. So, how I said there was 4 bud tenders at the one place and whatnot, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So, Sunday we went to Good Life Rochester, which is in downtown Rochester. Right? Now, Good Life in Rochester, gotta give a shout out. Congratulations to your 1 year. They had their 1 year anniversary on the 19th. So they had a 3-day party basically for their anniversary. And they rented out a tent across the street so people could go out there and smoke. On Saturday they had I think they rented out the beer garden. They had DJs and whatnot all weekend. It was basically a party. You know what I mean? But Good Life, they had fucking 8 bud tenders working when I got there. And there was people standing and waiting.
Jesus.
Right. And they had 3 counters to where you could go up and talk to people. And then 5 of the bud tenders walked around with tablets and walked up to customers to get their orders. Dude, they have the most amazing setup.
Jesus.
They'd walk up to you, get your name, get what you wanted to order, put it in a system, and then you just go mill about. And when your shit was ready, they'd call you up to the front.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Eliminating lines and whatnot. Dude, it was fucking cool. And the people at Good Life, oh my God, they were fucking cool ass fucking people. They were really, really, really cool people. I met so many different walks of life, coming through that door, because we were in Rochester. You know what I'm saying? We saw the college kids, we saw the hood kids, we saw older people, we saw younger people, we saw, transgender people, we saw, God,
it brings everyone together.
Everybody. Literally, if you name a walk of life, and I guarantee you I saw it in Good Life in Rochester.
Somewhere.
In one day, I saw almost every walk of life inside of the Good Life dispensary in Rochester.
We're
except for maybe
community.
A police. But there might have been one of them in there, and I just didn't know.
I was going to say, there might have been a couple off duties there, because if it's legal in the state,
they are allowed to smoke off duty.
As long as they're not a trooper. Because if I remember right, troopers are at a federal level.
No, I looked that up. State police are state paid employees.
Okay, cool. So they can get away with that's nice.
Rangers, forest rangers and whatnot.
They're federal, aren't they?
Yeah, that's a federal.
They count as the part of the DEC, or is it the
Department of Environmental Conservation? That's what forest rangers are. Yeah, but national park workers, not state park workers, but national park workers are federal employees. If you work for the federal courthouse, that's a federal job. You know what I'm saying? You know those people can't even take CBD.
My brain works weirdly. There's this you mentioned park rangers, a little horror audio series I've been listening to. I actually got a playlist of all the videos made. I need to re-listen to. It's a forest ranger one. It's really fucking good, and it's about the national parks and a cult and a monster. It's like almost 10 hours and nothing but fucking audio, but it's a really good fucking story.
Oh shit. I think we've got more than 10 hours of audio out there.
This is,
I know. It's
I think episode 37 we're on.
Yeah.
And that one is just like 10 stories. Some of them are about a little over an hour, and there's one maybe a half hour.
Yeah.
I don't know who the guy is. He's just independent author that wrote the story, but it's really fucking good. It's Wolf Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of that. But
I'll have to find the link to the channel if any of our viewers like that kind of stuff, so you can check it out.
You got a broken dollar over there?
No, it's not broken. It's just folded up. It went through the
like
wash.
$2. Those two bills looked like one ripped apart.
I got 5 and this wrinkled ass one that went through the wash.
That's kind of.
I was wondering where it got to because I knew I had it, and I was folding laundry the other day, and I felt something in my pocket. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Stoners.
Well,
anyway.
I'm a bit absent-minded normally.
I gotta give a big shout out to Gillette. Fucking, he went with me on Sunday. Yeah, he went up with, basically I went with him on Sunday because he did the drive-in, and I'm telling you, when we got there, fucking, you wouldn't believe this. Just Gillette, you know how he is just around us, but like,
yeah.
You put him in the public with people he doesn't know, he is the best. He is amazing at talking to people. He really is. Like,
I was gonna say I've seen that before. He
make anybody come up and talk to him. Like, not like make them, but like make them want to come up and talk to him. Like, it's fucking weird.
He's likable.
Yeah, like people like really like to talk to him. Like, he can make, he can talk. He can talk pretty fucking good. Like, you know what I mean? He's a pretty damn good sales rep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fucking, so shout out to Gillette. He did fucking amazing. Like I said, I basically went with him. I followed his lead. He drove. He fucking took the lead on that shit.
Nice.
I said he went with me, but no, I went with him. You know? But no, that was fucking, that was a real fun day. With Good Life, there was so many different people. They've got a lot of products up there. Definitely got some Rec Roots products, which I recommend checking out. Yes, they have a blueberry gelato on their shelf, which is amazing. And I believe they also still have the Gelinade, which I think we still have some left of that at the greenhouse, but I don't think there's very much left. So what's on dispensary shelves might honestly be the last of it. So definitely grab you a Gelinade if you've got one in a dispensary near you before that shit's gone. That's fucking good stuff. You know what I mean? It may or may not be coming back. I'm not sure if we're running another mom run of that. We have other amazing stuff coming down the pipeline, so that might just be a one-off, you know? So if you guys want some of that, go grab it. I think it was only like 22 or 23%, but it's still really fucking good. You know, THC percentages do not tell all. As long as it's over 20%, usually you're going to get high. Like I was just telling Rob earlier, fucking a lot of people think they need that really high test stuff, but you don't. A lot of times you haven't even smoked that high test stuff. I don't care if you smoked the best weed that was going around town. Did it get shipped here? If it did, then your trichomes fell off, and I don't give a fuck. At best, it was probably 25%. There was some stuff going around that was better than that, but it was really hard to come by. normally your top shelf weeds ranged from like 18 to 25%. You know, so a solid 22, 23, it's going to feel just like your regular, really top good stuff. Now, this other stuff we got coming that's 32%, you go buy some of that. And I'm just saying, you ain't going to need to smoke as much of it. Now,
No, not at all. Finding your feet afterwards would be hard.
I'm going to be...
Especially if you're a casual smoker.
Right. Now, me, it's the exact opposite. So, shitty weed will last longer.
Yep.
Because I don't want to touch it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, not me. I tend to go through it quicker because it's not as good. Yeah, I don't
But
smoke
that's all
nearly
you
as-
got. You know what I'm saying? I have
You always
options.
have like 3 or 4 different jars
I
at a
have
time.
options. The good shit usually goes first.
No,
and then I'm
just get
stuck
the
with
one.
the other stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to smoke this. Let me just smoke some hash
I
instead.
I don't actually smoke as much as you do, but the lower quality stuff I do go through quicker just because it doesn't quite hit the same.
I go through it slower because I'll put it away and forget about it and just smoke my good stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, Oh, I was talking about Good Life. Sorry, dead air there. That's that pardon the interruption, brought to you by marijuana.
We have a lot of interruptions. I think one of the episodes we just released was called Interruptions.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was the last one actually.
Oh shit. You want that?
Yeah, sure.
Fucking
Before we end this episode, we do got to come up with a title.
Oh yeah.
Because we always do that.
How about post 420?
That works.
You know, because half this episode's been me talking about what I did.
That works.
Okay. So, yeah. But to circle back to a question you asked earlier, first pop up there was me and Heirloom. Second one there was a whole bunch. Oh, that's a freebie from one of the vendors down in New York City.
Not too keen on the taste.
Yeah, it's terpy, isn't it?
If that's what you want to call it.
Tastes like perfume.
Yeah.
Terp. Those are terps. This is all legal stuff. Nothing that I have here today is black market. I know there's still black market vendors out there. Yeah, I don't like the taste of that one either. This one's not bad. But that does not measure up to what I was getting to. The guy that we ran into.
That one's pretty good.
Yes. This is a good one. I think this is a live rosin. Oh, you gotta hit the button. There's a button on the side.
Oh, I gotta hit off of it.
Oh, there must have been something left in it still from when I was hitting it. That one's kind of weird. If you hold that button, it'll force the smoke through. Like you'll start seeing it roll off the top. That one's not bad. This one though, this is the best.
Is that one a rosin?
This one?
No.
That one? Yes.
I was gonna say it tasted like it.
Yeah, it's not bad, right? Yo, check this out.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah. But so I believe it's a live rosin. I believe when we start making dab pens, that's what we're gonna make ours out of. I want to make them with live resin and live rosin.
Okay.
And it's gonna taste very, very good, just like that. You know, get you fucked up. But yeah, first day, 2 of us. Second day, 15 of us. Third day, up to Good Life in Rochester, it was just us and this guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I guess this guy was friend, like he's childhood friend of the owner of Rochester.
Oh, okay.
The Good Life place.
Yeah.
So that's why he got invited. Or, well, I mean, that's probably not why he got invited, but like, it might have been why he got invited. I don't know.
Could be.
You know, they were just hanging out for 420. They were friends. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you want to hang out with your buddy on 420?
Yeah.
Hell, I would have called him. Yo, I'm coming to a pop up at your place, man, so we can smoke. Write it off as a work expense. Why the fuck not? You know? Hell yeah. Fuck, that's what I would have done, especially if that was a buddy of mine. You got a dispensary? It's 420? I got a weed fucking farm? We smoking, bro.
I got an idea for a business right now.
Okay. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this week. We're already an hour in.
Yeah.
I know I didn't get to the fucked up songs this week.
We kind of just went on tangents this week.
Yeah.
Last week was kind of short.
Yeah.
A little bit of pent up energy, I guess, if you will.
Yeah. We had a little bit to talk about this week, though. You know.
Story time.
Hope you guys liked the 420 stories, and I think we're gonna drop little clips, snippets. We got a couple of pictures and whatnot. We'll probably pepper them in somewhere. If you guys check them out, I'll probably throw them up on the Facebook, you know what I'm saying? And maybe some other places, I don't know. We might put a picture or something in the video. I don't know. We might not. You just have to watch the whole thing to find out.
It comes down to editing. I've got limited tools for video editing.
Oh, come on. You weren't supposed to tell them that. Then they were going to sit there and actually watch it and see if they could find the clip.
Well, they'll still probably try and find it.
I know. I'm just fucking
It's like, where's Waldo?
It's in there. It is in there. You got to find it. Message me if you find the clip or the picture.
Yes.
All 5 or 10 of you. Message me.
All 5 or 10.
All right. If it is only 5 or 10, I could actually read all those emails.
Jesus Christ.
All right, guys. We will see you again. Yes, see you next week. This is the Herbalist Podcast, and we are stoned.
Bye.